What if the most terrifying horrors aren't just stories, but buried truths, clawing their way out of the forgotten past? What if history itself holds secrets so dark, so disturbing, they defy every explanation known to man? And what if science, in its relentless search for answers, can only meet a terrifying silence, a dead end, where logic simply breaks? Let's dive in to see. February 1959. A group of 9 experienced hikers set out on a simple journey into Russia's Ural Mountains. They were young, confident, and totally unaware they were walking into a nightmare that would haunt investigators for over 60 years. When a search party finally found their camp, the scene was chilling. The tent, it was ripped open, but not from the outside. They had slashed their way out from the inside, running barefoot into a blizzard. Why? No one knows. The bodies were found scattered across the frozen landscape. Some died of hypothermia, but others had injuries that defied every scientific explanation. Broken skulls, fractured ribs, a force so powerful it was compared to a car crash. The truth is, there was no fight. There was no sign of another human being. And the most haunting detail? One of the hikers was found with their tongue and eyes missing. Just gone. The official report closed the case, blaming a compelling natural force. But what force? An avalanche wouldn't explain the bodies scattered for miles, or the strange radiation found on their clothes. Everything you want exists on the other side of fear. But on that mountain, there was nothing to fear but the unknown. So what happened in that desolate, frozen silence? From the icy peaks of Russia, we plunge into the suffocating summer of 1518, where a city in France is on the brink of ruin, ravaged by famine and disease. The air is thick with despair, and the streets are shadows of their former selves. And then, it began. A solitary woman emerged, stepping into the street, her body seized by a frenzy. She danced, wildly, uncontrollably, for days on end. Her movements, a macabre invitation, drew others into her twisted waltz. First, a handful joined her, then dozens, until a nightmarish throng of over 400 souls found themselves trapped in a ghastly dance marathon, compelled by an unseen force. Day and night they swayed and spun, their feet torn and bleeding, bodies writhing in a grotesque display of agony, unable to break free from the torment. In a desperate bid to quell the chaos, the authorities, in their bafflement, believed that more dancing was the remedy. They erected stages, summoned musicians, and urged the tormented to dance it out, oblivious to the horror they were unleashing. The result? A spiraling descent into madness where many collapsed, succumbing to exhaustion, their lifeless bodies strewn across the once vibrant streets. Now a stage for a chilling, unending performance of death. Was it a toxic fungus poisoning their minds? Or perhaps a mass psychogenic illness, born from the relentless grip of despair? The truth remains elusive, shrouded in darkness. The human psyche, when pushed to its limits, can become a nightmarish weapon, conjuring horrors so profound that they manifest in the flesh, leading to a fatal dance with death. This isn't mere folklore. This is the cold, hard truth of human existence, with no answers in sight. But the most terrifying horror isn't a cursed mountain or a possessed town. It's the one that lives inside us. The truth is, your mind, the very thing you trust most, can betray you. What about the constant low-frequency hum that a small town in New Mexico can hear, but no one can find the source? Or the bizarre cases where people become convinced they are a walking corpse, missing their organs, convinced they no longer exist? This isn't fiction. This is science with no answer. The truth is, we don't need monsters in the closet. The real fear is in the things we can't explain, the things that prove we are not in control. Everything you want exists on the other side of fear, and the unboxing of your mind is only the beginning.